So Periop 101 is comprised of information taken directly from AORN's Guidelines for Perioperative Practice, which, as many of you know, this is the worldwide gold standard for care of the patient in the perioperative world. It covers topics ranging from the perioperative interview to best practices in patient skin antisepsis and positioning, and it also addresses topics such as specimen handling, instrumentation, and sterilization process, just to name a few. It's truly a comprehensive program that covers what perioperative nurses need to know when practicing in this high-risk specialty. The learner will experience a blended learning program, complete with didactic training, skills labs for hands-on experience, and a clinical preceptorship. The goal of the Periop 101 program is to provide the must-have information as it relates to the guidelines, as well as the rationale behind this information in order to generate competent, confident perioperative nurses. So the main goal is safe patient care, along with keeping the safety of our healthcare team members in mind as well. We're all focused on quality outcomes, and as healthcare leaders, we strive to keep tabs on these key performance indicators with the constant goal of continuous and consistent improvement. It truly takes a team, and the perioperative nurse is such an integral part of this team. So let's make sure that they're receiving the most up-to-date, evidence-based information so they can perform the nursing interventions at the bedside that gives that patient the absolute best chance for a successful procedure with positive outcomes. So many ask, who is Periop 101 designed for? And it's really a multifaceted answer. So of course, we automatically think of that new graduate nurse entering the perioperative specialty. So these nurses, as we know, they are sponges looking to soak up the most knowledge they can about this amazing specialty. It's also very important they're receiving the correct information. It's also designed for the experienced registered nurse entering the perioperative specialty. So these nurses have a solid clinical track record to build on, but they still need this perioperative specific education in order to practice safely and effectively in the OR. Also, OR nurses returning to work after an extended absence. Maybe they left to take care of a family member or another reason, and they've been out of practice for a year or more. And as we all know, a lot can change in a year. It's a great idea to get them back up to speed with the Periop 101 program. Also, experienced nurses without formal didactic training who are seeking to improve their perioperative skills. So what I have found is that this population of perioperative nurses can actually be the most dangerous. These nurses can be extremely confident, but their clinical competence and guideline knowledge is sometimes lacking. So to be very clear, we appreciate and value this group of nurses so much. We also need to take a step back and see if we as nursing leaders have given them all of the tools and resources needed to provide the highest quality of care, and that's Periop 101. Also, OR clinical educators, these nurses are teaching our novice nurses, so it only makes sense that they arm themselves with the same up-to-date education that these novice nurses are learning. And preceptors, I used to say that my education program was only as strong as my weakest preceptor, so they need this education as well. And speaking of preceptors, I have found that incorporating this training into various facilities greatly decreases preceptor burnout. If you give the novice nurse the foundational knowledge that's included in Periop 101 before they enter the OR, the preceptor is able to build on that knowledge and really foster a successful, effective, and efficient clinical preceptorship. And it's amazing how much more knowledge the preceptor can share when they don't have to start at the ground level. So with that being said, AORN is proud to have our Periop 101 course in approximately 1,200 facilities, including more than 100 international locations. And we're very excited to work alongside Caroline and her team on this amazing endeavor.